NGQ, doing what I do. All white, looking nice. Okay, come through.
I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
Big left hand by Garcia, rocks Haney early.
Before the Haney fight, Ryan took the limelight and then shone on the night. But how did he do it? What made him the perfect boxing villain?
I'm like Scarface, say hello to my big friend. No little friend, this is a big friend.
Last year, Ryan Garcia looked washed up and finished.
I do drink, I do smoke. Now what? It's okay.
Moving mad on socials, mad in the clubs, and mad at the pressers.
And I'm louder than that whole team. They got like 5 people there. Look how loud. Woo!
People from across the combat sports landscape were concerned.
The New York Athletic Commission was freaking out. They were so disturbed by Ryan's behavior that they requested a mental evaluation before the fight.
He constantly sounded like he was on a bender.
It's weird. You start tasting it in your mouth. I love that.
Publicly bullying and playing games with Devin throughout the build-up.
I'm going there and just this man up. You don't understand. I'm gonna him up.
Something is wrong with this. I'm gonna tell you, nah, something wrong with him. Not normal.
This behaviour carried on all the way up until the fight took place. He painted the picture of a cocaine-driven loony under the guidance of Oscar De La Hoya.
I want to clarify some things. I don't do cocaine. I would do a live drug test.
What do you do?
I will do a live drug test.
Sharing a string of bizarre social media posts that had many fans confused, concerned, and believing in his demise. Notable posts on social media included him knowing the identity of Tupac Shakur's killer, claiming he could provide proof of the Illuminati.
And don't even worry about this, because what the Illuminati and the elites do is they take what God did and make it theirs. Fucking believe Bohemian Grove is real. Fucking tied me down and they made me fucking watch, dog.
Additionally, Garcia criticised Haney's sponsorship with the energy drink Prime, labelling it as satanic and expressing concerns about its safety for children.
Bro, Prime is trash because Prime is trash, bro. Look it up, bro. The chemicals are killing children. I don't have to say anymore. I've already spoke on this too much.
This all painted a picture that convinced both fans and Devin that he wasn't taking the fight seriously at all. In the pre-fight, he even agreed a bet with Devin to give $500,000 of his purse for every pound he came in overweight.
Hey Ryan, let's do 500,000 per pound.
Okay.
Let's do a shake on it.
Yeah.
1 day later.
Well, Ryan wants to weigh in right now. 143.2. 143.2.
He just didn't care until fight night. The one-trick pony, quote unquote, stomped Devin Haney out.
He may be a one-trick pony, but that trick is enough.
Beating him on points whilst knocking him down 3 times in the process.
Come on, God, you really thought I was crazy? You done lost your whole mind.
With a viral highlight vid that reached 15 million people in the climax, fans were left almost speechless by the result. A 6-1 underdog, many had written him off, but here, Ryan succeeded. In the aftermath, Ryan would return a positive test sample, and the fight would be overturned to a no contest as a result.
The Austrian don't help you block a left hook, bro. You got hit like 1,000 times.
Regardless of the controversy that night, he won the fans over and set up big fights in his future, and he needed to. Following his knockout loss to Tank Davis, Ryan needed to do something big to continue to sell his name as one of the biggest draws in the sport. This fight had a lot of energy on social media and certainly mirrors the energy Eubank brought to his most recent presser too. In the build-up to Eubank versus Benn, we saw a clash of an old blood rivalry at the presser. In the mirror of their father's words, the two sons traded words on a big stage with big moments, with one standout victor who won the show in stylish fashion. Chris Eubank had all the answers, running over Team Benn at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Not only did he scalp Conor emotionally a month out of the fight.
Is this Eubank-Benn or Eubank-Benn?
By the excuses.
This is pretty wild, actually, Conor. You're letting this guy chat for you.
He also had Eddie Hearn rattled from the offset.
Eddie,
It was the
you know I don't like you, right?
I don't know.
Shutting him down early with a cheeky reference to his father's verbal politics.
You know that one on God's sweet green earth makes you think I'm going to sit here and listen to any of the that you have to say
To
about
be
it.
honest, I mean, you're going to have to.
No.
You are?
We're not. We're going to have some parliamentary procedure here today.
Okay.
This man is nothing. I come up the hard way. I didn't have Frank myself, boy. You had your time. Let's have some parliamentary procedure here, right?
This is not the Eddie Hearn show.
And it would have been enough on its own without the face-off. For dessert, he served boxing's version of a creme brulee, capping an exquisite 4-course meal of how to sell a fight in 2025. This obviously referenced the fallout of their first fight, where Conor produced a failed sample and blamed it on the eggs. After the yolk choking of Ben, the highlights from the presser stormed social media, and the whole fight was sold out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, right, get me an egg, yeah? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to goad him on and then I'm going to hit him round the face, which was really in the eye, with an egg.
Eddie Hearn's initial reaction compared Eubank's behaviour to the Misfits scene.
You know, I think the world's gone a little bit mad. You know, you watch this sort of stuff, you watch Misfits, like, I get it. You know, viral clips work.
Ben might have discovered what it's like to fight Eubank on a cold and rainy night in York City. But one thing really caught my attention during the presser. It was Eubank's words on being a hero.
I gave up on my dreams of being the hero a long time ago. The other still wants and believes and dreams and prays of being the golden boy. That's what I believe. No. The sickening thing about this situation is, Conor, you had it. You had the whole public behind you. Everyone wanted you to win. I never had that.
Chris's attitude was a conscious choice. Eubank chose to be this way.
I wouldn't say I like to come in as the villain. That's just the position I've been put in over the years.
Eubank's dad was referenced quite frequently throughout the press conference and released a video of his own days after the egging.
Dad, he's a cheat, okay? And, we're promoting the fight. And these people have me under a great deal of pressure.
He didn't appreciate the way Chris had conducted himself in the moment at all.
I said, help me. The warriors, the gladiators are who set the bar.
I found it interesting how he compared his son's behaviour to that of Conor McGregor's.
A chair at a coach. Showing the madman that you are. Madman, but I say that in a celebratory type way. You're proving yourself to be what we knew is behind that type of behavior. We can't do that.
See, the UFC is full of these arch types of fighters, but no one does it like Conor. Looking at the build-up to the Jose Aldo fight, Aldo was a defeated man before he stepped foot in the octagon. Dana White was absolutely fascinated by his aura.
You know what Conor told me? He says, I want Khabib in Russia. Is he fucking awesome?
We went to dinner in Las Vegas right after we signed him. And when I left that dinner, I called my partner Lorenzo and I said, listen, I don't know if this kid can even throw a punch, but if he can, this kid's going to be a huge superstar for us.
He was so talented at hyping fights and garnering attention that it changed the game for the UFC forever.
I'm going to talk about money because we are the business network and the business of the UFC and all that.
I'll take
sort of
over
stuff.
from here, Nate. You can bounce. take a coffee break, Nate. And by coffee break, I mean bring me my coffee.
No.
However, during his downfall, things changed. After ballooning his leg and getting knocked out by Dustin Poirier, a fighter who proved to be just below championship level in the long run, Conor turned vicious in his trash talk, changing the dynamics.
The respect is admirable for this man from me.
Don't want to make it seem like we're up here giving each other back massages, but Conor's, I just want to clear the air. Conor's team, McGregor Sports Entertainment, did reach out to my foundation, starting the donation to the Good Fight Foundation, and we have huge plans for that. So Conor, you're going to help a lot of people with that.
Yes, and you.
Getting walked like a dog in that octagon on Saturday night.
Yes, he was trying to pull out the stops to get into Dustin's head, but honestly, it just came across as bitter. See, playing a madman on your way down is a tough trait to sell. He lost again in his next fight via doctor's stoppage using freak language in his call-out after breaking his leg.
This is not over. If we have to take this outside with him, it's all outside. Life is in me DMs, hey baby, hit me back up, I'll chat to you later on.
See, Conor's attitude in this moment really did feel like a spiral downwards. From looking at case studies from both literary fiction and psychology, villains often have emotional scars that haunt them in some way.
So the persona is a certain complicated system of behavior which is partially dictated by society and partially dictated by the expectations of the wishes one nurses oneself.
Yeah. Persona is the Latin word for the mask worn by an actor. Each society has its wardrobe of persona.
You guys don't know acting, bro. Improv. I can do any fucking scene right now. Say hello to my little fucking friend. Just kidding, it's big. See, you mean but people don't get that shit. Like, this dude's going crazy. This dude's going nuts, bro. End scene. Perfectly fine, normal.
American writer Joseph Campbell quotes that the villain's journey often comes with an estrangement from a community or a unique trigger event. In the case of Conor McGregor, the working class hero plumber from Ireland who conquered the UFC to become the first two-division champ, he lost his status as a competitive fighter in that first matchup with Dustin Poirier. This downward spiral could have been the same story for Ryan Garcia. Garcia. In the fight with Tank Davis, Ryan's first defeat, an element of aura was lost. He got outclassed on the night. That was the reality that he needed to do something to claw back some reputation. Turning villain was one way to do it, and I think it came naturally for him. See, the word villain comes from the medieval Latin word villainus, which quite literally means peasant and bears some relevance towards class. Ryan's own story is a rags to riches tale. He comes from one of the poorest districts of California, an area which is the unhappiest of all the regions.
Try to make it short. What happened in my life as a little baby, defiled. Then after that, my family loses everything. We're sleeping in cars, 5 kids, 1 bedroom, with a dream. And through that whole process, I grinded and I earned everything I have today, I earned it.
At 19 years old, he signed off with Golden Boy Promotions, changing the outcome of his family's life. The villain's journey often begins with an incident that marks an emotional wound. In this case, we could argue that Ryan's wound was his loss to Tank Davis.
I ain't got no excuses. I'm just gonna get up.
And just to be really direct.
What the fuck happened to your voice?
So at the end of the day, I've been screaming for these promos, but I'm not even gonna react.
If we could look at his behavior in the presses before both fights, the energy was completely different.
What an honor to be here. This is a dream come true. Seeing my face on the big screens at MGM, this is what I dreamed of since I was a little boy, and now I'm here, so I'm very happy.
Top on my mom before I fuck you up. Yeah, that fear coming in your mouth like a bitch, dog. I put my dick in your mouth, bitch.
Despite the bout being overturned as a no contest due to a failed sample, Ryan won the fight in the eyes of the fans and promoters at the time, and now he headlines Fatal Fury in Times Square on the 2nd of May in his bout against Rolly Romero, with Devin Haney, the belt holder, in support. And it certainly brought back some of that old drama to ignite an incredible rematch.
You know, nothing was taken. You know damn well. You know damn well.
Do not do drugs, kids.
Do not do drugs. Do not do. Okay, hey.
The tables have turned for sure. Facts are that without the antics, this would have just been part of his comeback trail after a devastating loss to Tank Davis. But Ryan proved that he's not only had the key to unlock Devin's defensive style, but also that he could sell a fight as a heel.
You want to see me improv right now? Pill. It's Devin. He's not waking up.
Whether you think it's good or bad for the sport is up to opinion. And obviously, it can massively backfire. You only have to look at Tyson Fury's recent losses to Usyk for that. But in general, it is an excellent strategy for building hype. If you can convince an audience that there's a sense of realism behind your actions, they'll tune in to watch you win or lose.
My thoughts at the end of the day, I need a shot of beer or like alcohol, something to get my mind going, you feel me? I'm just kidding. Man, you got to take a drug, man.